Hi you guys. Today we're going to try something different. I've never made this before, so this is a real experiment. This is called bagel hand pies. I know you've been wanting to make bagels, and I thought maybe this would be an easy way to get started. So let's begin with our half a cup of white flour. We're going to use this. We're going to use about a half a cup of whole wheat flour. Add that. This is a pretty simple recipe. Half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda. Whisk all this stuff together. A teaspoon of sugar. Give it a little bit. That's basically the dry mixture. Now what you're going to do is add 2/3 of a cup of whole fat Greek yogurt. You want it with the whole fat because this will make it a little bit richer and it'll hold together a little bit better. So at this point I'm going to get rid of the whisk because that's kind of hard to mix with, and I'm going to blend this yogurt into the flour to make the dough. Before you do this, and you'll see this online on your Moodle page, before you even begin this part, you are going to take about 5 eggs with a half a teaspoon of salt, mix it up really well, and put a tablespoon of butter or coconut oil, whatever you want to use, in the pan, and you're going to make scrambled eggs, because what we're doing with these hand pies today is filling them with scrambled eggs to make a really yummy breakfast treat. So look at our dough right now. I'm gonna now use my hands because we want to get it into a big ball. And this is, oh yeah, it's going together really well. Anyway, you want to make that the scrambled eggs before you start mixing your bagel dough, because they need to cool down. And like I said, that's what we'll use as the filling. So now we've got this. I'm going to put it right onto my board over here, and I'm going to try to shape it into a, oh God, it's coming together very well. Get all those little pieces. Once you get this into a ball, which I have just about now, let me get a few more things here. Mix it nice and well. You're going to flatten it out and then cut it into 4 pieces, because this recipe makes 4 bagel hand pies. So let me get my cutter right here. And this is easy to do. In half and in half. And here we'll do 1 together. So I'm going to take it and make sure that that is all sticking together. Yeah, this is perfect. You got the right texture here. You see that? You want it to hold together, not be too flaky. If it's too dry, add a little bit more yogurt. And the yogurt is really important to this. So, okay, now what you're going to do is roll it out to about a 6-inch circle. And I have this handy dandy rolling mat here. It actually has measurements on it. I love it because it makes it a lot easier for me to figure out what exactly is a 6-inch circle is. So here we go. That's about 5 inches. Let's get it a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner, a little bit bigger. It's getting a little sticky. If it gets too sticky like that, you can always add a little bit more flour. Don't be afraid to do that. I think this looks pretty good. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to get your cooled scrambled eggs, and you're going to take just a little bit. You want to put it on 1/2, because what you're going to do is fold it in half like an empanada. You're going to make a pie. And make sure that you don't overcook your scrambled eggs, because they're going to get baked again. So at this point, then we're going to take the dough and you're going to just flip it over and pinch the ends. And then what I like to do so that it stays really well is kind of roll it up just a little bit like that. Wow, that looks great. Perfect, perfect. Okay, well, I'll just show you one of them for time's sake, and get that in the oven in a minute. But before you think you're done, the last step is to take a little bit of egg wash, and I just, whisked an egg. Take your egg wash and cover this. You want it covered with the egg wash. And then, last but not least, You're going to add your everything but the bagel seasoning. And this is what is going to make it taste like a bagel. It's going to be delicious. Isn't that pretty? So there you are. We have our little empanada, our little hand pie. I'm going to set it on my prepared baking sheet. Whoop. If I can get it off. Just lightly oil your baking sheet and put it in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 18 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it. At 15, I would check it just to make sure. And when it's all golden brown, after about 15 to 18 minutes, it'll be ready to eat. So we'll see you as soon as I get this out of the oven. Okay, I got the bagel hand pies out of the oven, and they look amazing. Let's get a good close-up of them. As I said, I had filled them with scrambled eggs. You certainly don't need to do that. You can put cheese inside, try, experiment. I'll be curious to see what you guys do with it. But this was the recipe. This was the very basic recipe, and it's kind of a breakfast food. And you're supposed to be able to just pick it up, which you can, and bite into it. But I'm going to cut it open just so we can get a little bit of the texture, so you can see the texture. Oh gosh, they look amazing. So this is the inside of the bagel. Oh, look at that. Looks amazing. Wow, wow. It's a little hot, so I might let it cool and have a taste in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure you knew you didn't have to use eggs, because I know some of you don't use eggs, and you can experiment with just about anything, if even meats, pre-cook them, of course. But I think the real treat is using this. So if you can find this at the grocery store, I mean, they have it everywhere now, but this one is from Trader Joe's. This is what really takes it to that level where it tastes like a bagel. So anyway, that's it for today, and I can't wait to see you guys Thursday. I've missed you. The spring break seemed like a long week. So we'll see you in a few days, and have fun.